Welcome to Fitness Friday, everybody. My name is Emily.
And my name is Ayla, and we are your Myzone Master Trainers.
We are here today to talk to you about one of the Myzone heart rate zones. Whoop, and I just went into a different one. You can see behind us. We're going to talk about the yellow zone today, and we've gone through this. 2 weeks ago we did blue, last week we did green, and today is yellow. That being said, I got to get into the yellow zone pretty quick, so I'm going to start warming up.
Great, and as Emily's warming up, I'm going to move so that I can tell you a little bit more about the yellow zone. The yellow zone is a higher intensity zone. It assesses between 80 and 89% of your maximum heart rate. So when we're talking about higher intensity zones with Myzone, we're talking about yellow and red. What Emily is going to be doing today is demonstrating for you what we call tempo or pace training. She's going to spend 2 minutes in green, so she's kind of warming up and getting her heart rate up into green, and then she's going to spend 3 minutes in yellow. How tempo or pace training is different from interval training is that the segments of time that you spend at higher intensity are longer, and the segments of recovery are a little bit longer in tempo or pace training than they would be in interval training. And how tempo or pace training is different than threshold training. With threshold training, you're bringing your heart rate up and you're sustaining for an extended period of time, maybe 10, 20, 30 minutes. In tempo or pace training, you're bringing your heart rate up, you're maintaining a higher intensity, and in this case, it'll be yellow for Emily. And then she's going to, from there, recover down into green for 2 minutes. So this will be a little tempo pace, and you're looking good in green.
Thank you. I'm 30 seconds in to my 2 minutes in green.
Okay, great. What we're going to do as Emily is going through her tempo and pace training, we're also going to check in with her about her rate of perceived exertion and the talk test. And this is something that you can use on yourself or with your clients. So Em, you're getting into about a minute in green.
Yep.
What's your RPE on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being like extreme intensity, all out effort.
I think about a 7.
Okay.
I'm also pretty sore, so that might be playing a little role.
Yeah, that can have an effect on it. And you can tell Emily can say a few words at a time, almost a sentence at a time, before she needs to pause and take a breath. And that's right where we want her. She's got a little over 30 seconds to work her way up into yellow, and then she's going to maintain that for 3 minutes. If you're tuning in, give Emily a little love, send some hearts her way. Okay, you're tapping. Okay, there we go. We went up into yellow and then you're coming back down. That's good.
I've got 25 seconds left.
Okay.
Well, I see pink. I can't see you guys, but I can see the hearts. It's great.
Keep them coming, folks. And if you have questions, fire away, because I can see questions and I can be answering them as we're going. So Emily's got about 5 seconds or so before she's going to try and get up into yellow, and then she's going to maintain that for 3 minutes. This should be challenging to do. So try this over the weekend. Let us know how it goes. Post on Facebook, send a comment. Let us know how your tempo training went. All right, so Emily's working up into yellow. And you know what? I'm going to tell you now, as Emily's working her way there, some of the benefits of the yellow zone. But first I want to check in. What's your RPE right now, Em?
I'm approaching an 8.
Okay, approaching an 8.
Yeah.
There you are. You're in the yellow.
3 minutes to go.
Okay, so we'll go 3 minutes from right here.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. In the yellow zone, there are many benefits to be gleaned, one of which is expanding your aerobic capacity. Aerobic capacity is your ability to take in oxygen and getting it to your working muscles. So as you challenge your heart and it gets stronger and it has a higher level of cardiac output, you're better able to supply your muscles and cells with oxygen, and that makes more energy equals higher aerobic capacity. What is your RPE right now, Em?
For sure an 8.
Okay, for sure an 8. And Em is breathing hard. Talk test. How many words can you say? A couple at a
2.
time. Okay.
Hearts.
Brilliant.
Love them.
Hearts. Yes. Our focus starts to get narrowed in as we're in the yellow zone as well. We've got a mission. Another benefit of training in the yellow zone is that you have the potential to expand your lactate threshold. That's the level of intensity where blood lactate begins to build up in your body. And what relates to that are the metabolic byproducts that cause you to start to fatigue. So lactate in and of itself isn't going to cause you to fatigue. That's actually helping and is a part of the glycolytic fuel system, the anaerobic fuel system that we talk about. You have the ability to expand that in the yellow zone. How long have you been there, Em?
A minute and a half.
A minute and a half, so we're halfway there, halfway to go. It is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, this should feel challenging. That's why holding this for 3 minutes is tough before we would go back down and take 2 minutes in green.
Whew.
Another benefit of being in the yellow zone, bam, caloric expenditure. You're going to burn calories like crazy in these higher intensity zones, yellow and red. And then, of course, another benefit that Emily is waiting about another minute to glean is that wonderful endorphin release, sometimes known as the runner's high. And you're going to get that as you're working at higher intensities because our bodies release that so that we don't feel the pain as much or don't feel the fatigue as much from our exercise. What do we got left, Em?
40 seconds.
Okay, 40 seconds. RPE is?
I'm like approaching a 9 right here.
Yep. Okay, so she's getting close to a 9 on the scale of 1 to 10. That's what we would expect. She's barely able to speak, but she still looks so good. Give this girl some hearts. What do we got, Em?
20 seconds.
Okay, keep it working, girl. Like we said, lots of benefits of being in the yellow. You can see how challenging it is to be here. It's a good idea to give yourself maybe a day in between these type of workouts. What do we got, Em?
5 seconds.
RPE is?
9.
Okay.
And that's it.
Yes. That was awesome. When you're doing tempo or pace training like that, now I would coach Emily to recover down into green, and then we would do a few more rounds. I'd say at least 3 rounds, because that would be a total of 15 minutes, and you'd want to make sure that you have a nice solid warm-up first, then you'd get into these tempo or pace training rounds, and then you'd have a cool down at the end. Emily's going to cool it down, and then we're going to talk a little bit about frequency. And are you ready now to talk about that, or do you want me to get into it?
Yeah, no, I'm good. So I hope you guys can hear me. If you can, show me through some hearts so I know, because I can't see a whole lot right now. In terms of how frequently you should be in the yellow zone, oh good, you can hear me, awesome. The American College of Sports Medicine and World Health Organization recommend at least 75 minutes per week of vigorous intensity, aerobic, or cardiorespiratory activity for adults. So that would break into what? Math right now is challenging for me.
Yeah, so 3 days of 30 minutes.
Easy.
So if you did this tempo workout, and you did that 3 or 4 days of the week, you would meet those general recommended guidelines.
Yeah, and as you can tell from how I'm breathing and what I just did, this is a high intensity zone to be in, so you're not going to be in it as frequently as you might be in some of the lower intensity zones, and you're probably not going to be in it every single day. In order to avoid overtraining, it would be helpful that if you're going to spend a lot of time in the yellow zone or even higher up into the red zone during a workout, tomorrow's workout should be in a lighter intensity zone, so maybe some green, maybe some blue.
Exactly. Variety is the spice of life. So if you're looking at your Myzone activity calendar, you should see a variety of colors on the tiles. So maybe you have a yellow day followed by a blue or a green day. So you'd want to see variations throughout the activity calendar of the different averages of your workout.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we had for you guys. If you have any questions while we're wrapping up, please feel free to ask them. Awesome. So if you want to know more about how to use Myzone in your training, still huffing and puffing here, check out myzone.org. You can also check out Myzone on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Periscope. Every Fitness Friday, we're here. So you can always learn more and ask any questions that you have.
Go on the website, check out the blog. We've got the blue zone, the green zone, the yellow zone, the red zone. All of those blogs will be up, and those relate to what we're doing in these broadcasts so that you can look at them both. And don't forget, we're here every Friday, 8 a.m. on the West Coast, 11 a.m. on the East Coast, 10 a.m. in the middle of the USA, and then all over the world. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Thanks,
and
guys.
remember,
Keep moving forward. Thank you guys. Have a good
great
rest of your
weekend.
weekend. Thank you.